everyone. Good afternoon, Fernando, Pedro, Janet, Samara, and Abigail. How are you doing?
Hi, Miss.
Are you
Good
fine?
afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Good
teacher.
afternoon, Fernando. Good afternoon, Janet. How are you?
Good afternoon, teacher. I am fine.
Hello,
And you?
Pedro. How are you doing? Okay, I'm fine too. So we're gonna start. Yes, I received some of your homeworks. It was perfect, but some of you didn't use the adverbs. What happened? So remember that the purpose was to use imperative verbs and adverbs, right? Like, for example, do that quickly or stand up carefully. Yes? So some of you have that problem, but anyway, we're going to continue with the class. So I'm going to share my screen. Sorry, we're going to go to the book. Shall we go, please, everybody, to the Richmond, to the book, please? Could you open your books on page 56? Today we're going to talk about how things that you can do on your phone, and also the purpose. The important thing here is a job interview. Yeah, so everybody, please, could you go to page 56? Here we have some messages, right? When you use your phone, you write messages, you call a person by the phone, you can do a lot of things on your cell phone. So here we have 5 messages. We're going to read them and we're going to answer these 3 questions. Yep. Read the text messages and answer the questions. What do Ted, Dan, Ali, and Steve want to do this evening? What does Dan ask Ted to do? And what does Ted ask Ali to do? So here you have 5 messages. I want you to read them. I want to listen to Pedro. Pedro, could you read message A and message B, please? The first 2 messages.
Solo lo leo, teacher.
Yes, I just want you to read.
Hi, Ted. Soccer tonight?
Yes.
PM.
So, sorry, yeah, continue reading. Sorry.
Okay. 8 p.m. Can you give Ali and Steve and Steve a lift then?
Okay, thank you so much, Pedro. Well, normally when you see 8 p.m., we're not going to say 8 p.m., but 8 o'clock in the evening, right? 8 o'clock in the evening. Well, here you have simple messages. Remember when you write, because you want to write quickly, right? So we're not going to write subject. We're not going to write the verb. For example, hi, Ted, soccer tonight? Because normally we're going to ask, do you want to play soccer tonight, right? That's when you write, but formally. This is a test message. So we're going to write quickly. Thank you, Pedro. So here you have the 2 first messages. So we have here Dan, right? Here at the bottom, you see the name, Dan. 8 o'clock in the evening, can you give Ali and Steve a lift? Dan. Yes, the person who writes these messages is Dan. The third message, there you have, hi Dan, no problem, Ted. So here you have Ted. We have 2 people now. We don't know who wrote the first message. We don't know if it's Dan, if it's Ted, if it's Ali or Steve. We don't know. What about the last 2 messages? Shall we listen to, let me check who I have here. We're going to listen to Fernando. Fernando, could you read the last 2 messages, please?
Okay. Hi, Ali. Meet you on the corner at 7:30. Can you tell Steve that? Great. thanks that Steve now. Yes,
See you.
see you.
And there you have at.
At 7:30, Ali.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Fernando. Yes, because when you write normally in WhatsApp, we put abbreviations, right? Like here you have see you at 7:30, Ali. Yes. It's the same in Spanish when you write, for example, I'm gonna write a little message. Give me a second.
Esa arroba, ¿cómo se dice?
At. At. Right? When you give an address mail, we say, I don't know, I'm gonna make Juanito at mail point or period com. Sorry, in English is that. Yes. There you have at, then we're gonna say at, and this one is gonna be that. So there you have see you at 7:30. For example, in Spanish, we say why not, right? So in Spanish, we just write ¿por qué? When you write messages. ¿Por qué hiciste esto? ¿Por qué vas a ir a esta fiesta? ¿Por qué? But we just write X and Q, right? Like in English. So we're gonna write see you or how are you? Yes. So there you have the pronunciation of each letter. Letter C, letter U. But in English, it sounds like, I'm gonna write it, C, and this will be you, yes? So see you at 7:30, Ali. So remember, that's why we are talking about phone, well, cell phones, and these are messages, right? Instant messages, so text messages that we're gonna write quickly. And here you have the people. You have Dan, Ted, and Ali. So shall we answer the first question, please? Okay. Can you hear me or not? No, Janet is not here. Okay, Edson, could you read the first question? Let's try to answer.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Sorry, Janet. Okay, so Janet, please, could you read the first question?
Hi, Ted. Soccer tonight?
The first question, not the first message, but the first question. What do Ted?
Okay, teacher. What do Ted, Dan, Ali, and Steve want to do this evening?
Yeah, so what's the plan according to these messages that we already read? What's the plan? What do they want to do this evening? Yeah, the answer you have in the first message, right, Janet? What do they want to do? What's the plan?
Letter E. A.
Yes, could you give me the complete answer? So they 1, 2.
Play soccer tonight?
Yes, that's it, right? What do they want to do this evening? They want to play soccer. Yes? Thank you so much. So that's for the first answer. They want to play soccer. What about number 2? What does Dan ask Ted to do? What does Dan ask Ted to do? So let's listen to Samara. So here you have a message written by Dan. We don't know who wrote this message, and this message wrote Ali. So Samara, what does Dan ask Ted to do?
Lo que le pregunta Dan a Ted, ¿verdad?
Yes.
Es si quiere jugar soccer.
Well, I think yes, that could be one question. And another question, probably it's picture B. What will be?
Si puede llevar a 2 amigos más.
Yes, can you give Ali and Steve a lift? Right? There you have the verb, well, the noun a lift es darles un aventón o acercarlos. Can you give Ali and Steve a lift? So the answer would be, Samara, could you say it in English, please? To give.
To give Ali and Steve a lift.
Yes, that's it. So he asked, well, Dan asked Ted to give Ali and Steve a lift. Yes, that's a lift. We're gonna see if you understood what's a lift. Let me check. Juan Carlos, could you tell me what's the meaning of a lift? What was the meaning of a lift? Juan Carlos, are you here? No. Okay. What about you, Abigail? What's the meaning of a lift? You remember?
Yes, acercar.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much. Abigail, please, could you do question number 3? What does Ted ask Ali to do? Yeah, here we have a message. Here we have another message by Ted. Ted. What does Ted ask Ali to do? Ted asks Ali to do what?
Steve.
Yeah, Steve, but what? What are we gonna say to Steve? ¿Qué le vamos a decir a Steve? Tell Steve. Hi, Ali. Meet you on the corner at 7:30. Can you tell Steve? Right, because normally when you have a plan, when you want to go out with your friends, you say, okay, could you tell this person? And don't forget this person too. Yeah, Hey, Fernando, are you writing to Harold? Why don't you ask to Harold? So what's the message? Ted asked Ali to tell Steve. What was the plan?
The corner at 7:15.
Yes, to meet them on the corner, right? To meet them on the corner. Could be two options. Actually, we have two options. It could be to meet them on the corner or tell Steve to play soccer. Yes, to go out and play soccer. Pueden ser dos mensajes. Ted le está pidiendo a Ali que se vean en la esquina o que le diga a Steve que vayan a jugar fútbol, right? Could be both of them. Depends on you. So Ted asks Ali to tell Steve to meet them on the corner. That's it. So, any question here? Any word that was difficult? Probably not. But there you see a lift. Don't forget what's a lift. Yes. And if you want to practice this, well, I prefer that you write formally in English. In this way, you can write when you talk with your friends, right? Depends on you. See you at 7:30. Yes. Can you give Ali and Steve a lift? It depends on you if you want to start writing like this. I'm not going to encourage you to do that for the moment because I want you to master English, but you can write like that when you write to your friends. So now that we start talking about this, we're going to do the listening activity. So the friends decide to phone each other, so they are going to call each other. Listen to their conversations. Who are the two people in each conversation? Yes, you just have to tell me the name of the two people. For example, in the first conversation, you have Joe and Steve, Joe and Ted, Joe and Dan, Joe and who? I want you please to tell me the names of two people in each conversation. Sí, en este ejercicio vamos a escuchar el listening. Me van a decir los dos nombres de las dos personas que están hablando. So we have three conversations, right? I'm gonna play the audio. Everybody please listen carefully. Here's
Transcript 5.11, page 56. Exercise 2. 1.
Hello?
Hi, Joe. This is Dan. Can you ask him to call me when he gets out of the shower?
Yes, sure, no problem.
Great. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
2.
Hi, is that you, Dan?
Yeah, hi, Ted.
So what time is soccer practice tonight?
8 p.m. Can you give Steve and Ali a lift?
Yes, sure. Do you want me to call them?
Yes, thanks. Then you can decide on where and when to meet.
Okay. See you later then.
Yeah, see you later. 3.
Hi, Ali. How's it going?
Hi, Ted. Everything's going great.
Dan says you and Steve need a ride to soccer practice this evening.
Yeah, that's right.
I can meet you at the corner of your street at 7:30. How's that?
That's great. Thanks.
Can you call Steve? I don't have his cell phone number.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay. See you later.
See you.
okay. Let's see if you manage to recognize the person or the people in each conversation. conversation. We're gonna listen to, let me look who didn't participate. Okay, Jonathan, please, could you help me? Number one, the first conversation, who were the two people that talk?
Okay, teacher. Joe and Dan. Teacher, ¿me escucha? Tengo problemas con la señal.
Creo que es la teacher que está con el problema. Sí, creo que sí.
Yeah. Can you hear me or not?
Se la escucha ahora sí, teacher.
Edson?
Sí, es que hace un momento no se le escuchó, teacher, y ahora sí ya se le puede escuchar y ver.
Okay, sorry. Did I disappear? Okay, that's strange. Okay, Jonathan, so, Jonathan, did you listen well, the audio?
Yes, teacher, va a disculpar, tuve problemas con la señal ese rato. Number one era Joe and Dan.
Okay, yep, that's correct. It was Joe and Dan. Thank you so much, Jonathan. You remember probably, Jonathan, the second conversation? Who were the two people?
Dan and Ted.
Okay, yep, that's it. So we're gonna start writing. The first one we have Joe and Dan. And in the second one we have Dan and Ted, right? What about number three? Jonathan, you remember number three?
Okay, teacher, Ali and Ted.
It was... Okay, yep, that was it, right? Thank you so much. So now, we're gonna listen one more time, and we're gonna try to match to the three pictures that we have here. Yes, picture A, B, and C. We're gonna try to match the conversations to these pictures. Probably someone is on the phone and the other person is taking a shower. What about in the first picture? There are two. It was the same person that was in the shower. We don't know. So we're gonna match. Let's listen one more time the conversations and match to the pictures. I'm gonna share the audio. Are you listening or not? If you're not listening, so sorry. So I'm gonna explain one more time. Yes, I'm gonna play the audio, and I want you to match the conversations to the pictures that you have here on exercise number 3. Yes, everybody please pay attention. Let's listen.
Page 56. Exercise 2. 1.
Hello?
Hi, Joe. This is Dan. Is Ted there?
Yes, but he's in the shower.
Call me when he gets out of the shower.
Yes, sure, no problem.
Great. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
2.
Hi, is that you, Dan?
Yeah, hi, Ted.
So what time is soccer practice tonight?
8 p.m. Can you give Steve and Ali a lift?
Yes, sure. Do you want me to call them?
Yes, thanks. Then you can decide on where and when to meet.
Okay. See you later then.
Yeah, see you later.
3.
Hi, Ali. How's it going?
Hi, Ted. Everything's going great.
Dan says you and Steve need a ride to soccer practice this evening.
Yeah, that's right.
I can meet you at the corner of your street at 7:30. How's that?
That's great. Thanks.
Can you call Steve? I don't have his cell phone number.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay. See you later.
See you.
Okay, sorry, Jonathan, I'm gonna put you in silence, yes? Okay, thank you. So, I don't know if you managed to listen the audio, but let's see. Let's see if you managed to match each picture to the people. For example, Stephanie, did you listen to the first conversation? What was the picture?
Picture B.
Yeah, it was picture B, right? Remember that it was a woman talking on the phone and somebody, probably Dan, it was on the shower. Yes? Thank you, Stephanie. What about the second conversation that we listened? Abigail, did you manage to listen to the second conversation? What was the picture, Abigail?
Letter A.
Okay, so the two friends that are there standing, waiting. Yes, could be Dan and Ted. Thank you so much, Abigail. And the last conversation, well, it's easy. So, Jose Luis, what was the last conversation? Jose Luis, are you here or probably not? So this was the first conversation, this was the second. So the last conversation, it was picture C, right? So the last conversation was picture C. Now that we know the context and where were they, so we're gonna do exercise number 4. Read the questions. Which conversation do they come from? Who is speaking? Is it Joe, Dan, Ted, or Ali? Who is speaking? For example, is Ted there? Right? Remember that is the first conversation. It's the first conversation. Is Ted dead? So who is speaking? Is it Joe or Dan? You're gonna tell me. Can I take a message? So who answers that? Who says that? Was it Joe, Dan, Ted, or Ali? What about the next question? Can you tell him it's about soccer practice tonight? Who says that? So let's try to say it. I'm gonna call the attendance. And then I'm gonna call someone. Try to do that exercise, right? Try to remember what was the listening about, who probably made that question, and I'm gonna call the attendance. So Abigail is here, Brice is not here, Carlos not here. What about Dana? Dana, is Dana here? Yes or not? I think Dana is not here. Edson is here, Stefan is here, Fernando. What about Gonzalo? Is Gonzalo here? Harold, he told me that he's in a practice. What about Janet? Is Janet here? Yes, Janet is here. Jose Luis, well, I don't know. Jose Luis, Juan Carlos, are you here? Or are you just connected?
Here, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Juan Carlos. What about Jose Luis? Is Jose Luis here? Okay, Angelica, we don't know that person. What about Nady? Is Nady here? No. Oliver, is Oliver here? Oliver is a yes. What about Pedro?
Present, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Pedro. Jonathan is here. Samara is here. Sebastian, is Sebastian here or not? No, Sebastian. What about Shadisti and Jordi? Is Shadisti here? What about Jordi? No. Okay. So that's gonna be all.
Teacher.
Yes, Jose Luis, are you here? Or Oliver? Who's speaking? Yeah, who says that? Could you please tell me your name? Was it Jose Luis or Oliver?
Era José Luis, teacher, el que habló. Hace un momento.
Okay. Well, I don't know, but he's probably on the street. Okay, let's check, please, the exercise. And Juan Carlos, you're gonna help me with questions 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, the first 3 questions. Juan Carlos, try to guess. Yeah, we listen the audio twice, but try to tell me who was the person. The first question, is Ted there? Who was the person? Joe, Dan, Ted, or Ali?
Dan? Yes.
Okay, what about number 2?
Can I take a message? Puedes mandar un mensaje. Creo que es Joe.
Okay. And the third one?
Can you tell him it's about soccer practice tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Ali, ese sí no estoy seguro.
Okay, we're gonna see if it's Ali or not. Yeah, thank you for participating, Juan Carlos. Let's listen to another classmate. And Harold is not here. But, okay, Samara, please, what about questions 4, 5? 4 and 5. What do you have? Yes, Samara? No, Samara is not here.
No entendí muy bien.
You don't know which person says? Can you ask him to call me? try to guess. If you didn't understand well, try to guess. Try to tell me one person. Sí, trate de adivinar. Luego vamos a corregir. Joe, Dan, Steve, Ted. So Samara, here you have the questions and you have to tell me who says that. ¿Quién dijo esa pregunta? Can you ask him to call me? Was it Joe? Was it Dan? Was it Ali? Was it Ted? Was it Steve?
Sería Ted.
Okay, let's see. And for number 5, what do you have? Is that you, Dan?
Joe.
Okay. Thank you, Samara. We're gonna check. Let's go with Abigail. Abigail, what do you have for questions number 6 and 7? Who says this question? Can you give Steve and Ali a lift? You remember that question? Can you give Steve and Ali a lift? Who says that? Abigail.
Yo?
Yes, are you sure? Well, this one it's easy, right? Because here you have the message. Can you give Steve and Ali a lift? And here you have the name of the person.
Dan?
Yeah, it was Dan, right? What about number 7, Abigail? Can you call Steve? Who says that? Can you tell Steve?
Ali?
Okay, we're gonna see if it's Ali or not. Everybody, please, I want you to focus on the listening and listen to these questions, and then you're gonna tell me if it was correct or incorrect. Yes? Everybody, please pay attention. Yes, you can listen. I'm gonna play the audio. Yes, let's listen.
Transcript 5.11, page 56. Exercise 2. 1.
Hello?
Hi, Joe. This is Dan. Is Ted there?
Yes, but he's in the shower. Can I take a message?
Yes. Can you tell him it's about soccer practice tonight? Can you ask him to call me when he gets out of the shower?
Yes, sure, no problem.
Great. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
2.
Hi, is that you, Dan?
Yeah, hi, Ted.
So what time is soccer practice tonight?
8 p.m. Can you give Steve and Ali a lift?
Yes, sure. Do you want me to call them?
Yes, thanks. Then you can decide on where and when to meet.
Okay. See you later then.
Yeah, see you later.
3.
Hi, Ali. How's it going?
Hi, Ted. Everything's going great.
Dan says you and Steve need a ride to soccer practice this evening.
Yeah, that's right.
I can meet you at the corner of your street at 7:30. How's that?
That's great. Thanks.
Can you call Steve? I don't have his cell phone number.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay. See you later.
See you.
Okay, so everybody, please, we need to check this. Yes, I hope that this time you listen carefully. What about number 3? Do I have any volunteer? What was number 3? Who says this question? Can you tell him it's about soccer practice tonight?
Is that
Pardon?
the number 3 is done?
Okay. Yeah, it was done, right? Thank you, Fernando. I'm gonna give you your period of participation. What about number 4? Is it correct, Ted? Or is not correct? Any other volunteer? Can you ask him to call me? Okay, it's incorrect. So who is the correct person?
Is done?
One more time, is done, right? Thank you. Thank you, Fernando. What about question number 5? Probably Samara. What do you think, Samara? Was it correct or incorrect? Was incorrect? Probably no. Now you know who says this question. Is that you, Dan? No, Samara? Okay, so do I have any volunteer? What about number 5?
Is Ted?
It's Ted? Yeah, it was Ted, right? Number 5, it was Ted. What about number 6? Is it Dan one more time? Can you give Steve and Ali a lift? Well, that we know that it's Dan, it's correct. What about number 7? Was it Ali? Can you call Steve? Well, can you tell Steve? Who says that? Number 7 is incorrect. Probably Abigail. So this time you know who is number 7?
Ted?
Okay. Yes, here you have right the answer. It was Ted. It wasn't Ali. It was Ted. Thank you. So there you have some questions. These questions are for you. Remember that in this unit, in unit number 5, we learn about can, right? We're gonna use can in order to talk about abilities. I can play the guitar. I can play the piano. I can't climb a mountain. Yes, we're gonna use can in order to give, to ask for permission. Can I take a message, right? Can you tell him it's about soccer practice tonight? Can you ask him to call me, please? Yes? So remember, please, the use of can. Now we're gonna pass to the next page. Could you go to page 57? This is important because we're gonna do a speaking task of this. So everybody please pay attention. We're gonna make another conversation. Yes, this is gonna be the second hour presentation. It's gonna be recorded. It's going to be about a job interview. So everybody please pay attention. We have here, as always, you always have a description, right? In this opportunity is going to be a website. Here you have a website. So the instruction says, read the descriptions 1 to 3 and match them to the photos. Let's look to photos A, B, and C. So now, I want to listen to you. I want you to read these descriptions 1, 2, and 3, and let's match them. So I'm gonna call one person. Okay, Fernando. Could you read number 1, please, Fernando?
Okay. Hi, I'm Brad. I'm an engineering student. During a school vacation, I work as a babysitter. I
Babysitter.
love my job. It's a great excuse to play sport and games of all types.
Yes, that's it. It's a great excuse to play sports and games of all types. So, Fernando, according to you, who is the person? Who is the picture? Remember, I'm Brad. I'm an engineering student. Who do you think is Brad?
The pictures.
Yes, this would be Brad, right? In his free time, he works as a babysitter. Here you have this word. I work as a babysitter. I love my job. It's a great excuse to play sports and games of all types. So when you take care of children, you can watch television, you can play sports or games of all types, right? As you can see here in the picture. So it's a great excuse. And plus, you have money. Thank you, Fernando. What about the second description? Shall we listen to another person? Pedro, could you read the second description, please?
Present teacher. ¿Cuál teacher?
Number 2, the second description.
Okay. My name's Martina. I am babysitter. I really like working with and children of a age.
Of
I
all
also
ages.
cook. Okay. All ages. I'll cook and clean and take care of the house. This isn't a bad job, and I learn to speak English and the same time.
Okay, thank you, Pedro. We're gonna see some problems with pronunciation, but before I want you to tell me which of these two pictures do you think is Martina? I'm a babysitter. I really like working with children of all ages. I cook, clean, take care of the house.
Picture A.
Picture A. Okay, we're gonna see if she's Martina. But before we're gonna read number 3, Pedro, before going to the next page, could you repeat children of all ages? Ages? Yes, are you repeating in your house? Okay, then you have here another word that is babysitter, right? In this case, the letter I is going to sound like an E. Yes, I'm a babysitter. Sí, yo sé que hay muchas veces que les dije que la I va a sonar como I. Yes, that's true. But in some cases, it's going to sound like E. Babysitter. Working, right? With. So there are some special cases when it sounds like E. Other times it sounds like I. But in this case, it sounds like A. Babysitter. So Pedro says that number 2 is picture A. We're going to see number 3. Thank you, Pedro. I'm gonna go randomly. Okay, Ronatan. Ronatan, could you read number 3?
Okay, teacher. Hi, I'm Nia. I'm a doctor. I work full time. I don't have a lot of time to spend with my two boys, Jake, 6, and Josh, 9. I need a babysitter to help me over summer vacation.
Okay, thank you so much, Jonathan. Yes. So, Jonathan, which picture is it? Do you think it's A or B?
Picture B.
Yes, that's it. Thank you so much, Jonathan. So, it was perfect. Pedro was right. Number 2 is picture A, and number 3 is picture B, right? Here we are talking about two boys, Jake and Josh. Probably he's Jake, probably he's Josh. Jake is 6 years old, Josh is 9 years old. So, I am a doctor. I work full time. I don't have a lot of time with my two boys. I need a babysitter to help me over summer vacations. Yes, that's it. So well done, everybody. Now, shall we answer these two questions? What is a babysitter? Why does Nia want a babysitter? You remember, I'm Nia, I'm a doctor, I work full time. I don't have a lot of time to spend with my two boys. So, shall we answer these two questions? What is a babysitter, everybody? I'm going to ask that question to Jose Luis. I don't know if you are here, but Jose Luis, according to you, what is a babysitter? Here we have talked about babysitters, right? A lot. No, I think Jose Luis is not here. So let's go with another person. Edson, according to you and according to this text, what do you think is a babysitter?
Una niñera.
Okay, yep, that's in Spanish, but if we have to explain in English, we're going to say that it's a person. It's a person that takes care of children, right? That care of children. Una persona que cuida a los niños. Una niñera. Okay? And Edson, why does Nia want a babysitter? What's the reason? You remember about Nia? Number 3. Hi, I'm Nia. I'm a doctor. I work full time. I don't have a lot of time to spend with my children.
She is Martina. O no le entendí bien qué es lo que me preguntó, teacher.
Here you have number 2. Why does Nia want a babysitter? Why does Nia want a babysitter? What's the reason? ¿Cuál es la razón por qué Nia quiere tener una niñera? Why? What happened?
Porque trabaja a tiempo completo en work full time.
Okay, yes, because she works full time. She doesn't have a lot of time to spend with her two boys, right? So that's the reason. She works full time. She doesn't have a lot of time to spend with her two boys. So, Edson, could you give me the complete answer? She wants a babysitter because she works full time. Could you repeat it, please? Edson? Are you there?
Yes, teacher, no sé si me llega a escuchar bien a la perfección, hay un ruido aquí que está mal.
Yes, I listen to you well.
Yeah. She wants a babysitter because she works full time.
Perfect. That's it, right? She wants a babysitter because she works full time. Thank you so much, Edson. So now, let's prepare us for the task. Remember that in this page we have a task, un trabajo, una tarea, a task. It's a speaking task, right? We're going to have a job interview. So here we have some questions. Remember when you go for a job interview, there's a person that's going to make you a lot of questions, right? Nia wants to interview Martina and Brad. So remember that here we have Nia, the doctor. She wants to interview to Nia and Brad. But she needs to make some questions. Write 7 questions that Nia can ask them in the interview. Use the prompts to help you. So here you have prompts. ¿Sí? Acá tenemos palabras, prompts. Estas no son preguntas. We have to make complete questions. Drive a car, right? Drive a car. So the question will be, can you drive? Do you have a car? Sí, aquí solo el libro nos está dando palabras sueltas. Nosotros tenemos que hacer las preguntas. Drive. Can you drive? A car. Do you have a car? Swim. What sports practice? So, I'm going to give you some minutes to look at these questions and try to make complete questions. Remember that we need the question word, the auxiliary verb. If you have the question word, you have an auxiliary verb. Then you have the verb, the subject, and then the complement, right? But if you're going to use can, so you just have to use can, subject, and verb. So I'm going to listen to you. We have 8 questions. We're going to divide into 2. Okay, Janet, you're going to help me with questions number 2, 3, and 4. Yes, Janet? Questions number 2, 3, and 4.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so number 2, what are you going to say? Here we just have swim.
Can you swim?
Yes, perfect, that's it. Can you swim? What about number 3?
What practice sports?
Okay. So first of all, Janet, we need to identify if it's an ability or it's a question, a normal question, right? Primero tenemos que identificar si estamos preguntando por una habilidad. Can you drive? Can you swim? Or if we're making a question with another verb, right? Do you have a car? Right? Remember, please, the present simple, we're going to use do you have a car? So if here in number 3, what sports are we going to say? What sports can you practice? Do you think this is an ability? Number 3. El número 3 sería una habilidad o una pregunta simple. ¿Qué deportes practica? ¿Qué deportes hace? Is it a normal question or an ability question with can? Are we going to use, I'm going to highlight, yes? I'm going to highlight. Are we going to use can? Or are we going to use do you?
Ability?
Yes, do you think we're going to say what sports can you practice? ¿Qué deportes puede practicar? ¿Será que es una habilidad? Queremos saber qué deportes practica, qué deportes hace. It's not an ability. It's a simple question. So for a simple question, what do we need? What sports?
What sports practice?
Yeah, what about the auxiliary?
Do you?
Yes, please don't forget the auxiliary. Yes, what sports do you practice? Sí, esto hemos estado practicando en toda la unidad 2, en toda la unidad 3, en la primera también. Well, the first unit it was verb to be, but on unit number 2, unit number 3, we have practiced the present simple. What sports do you practice? Yes, don't forget the auxiliary verb. What sports do you practice? Okay, so Janet, number 4. What do you think? What other interests can you have or do you have? What do you think?
Do you?
Okay, yes, that's it. What other interests do you have? Yes. Thank you so much, Janet. Shall we go? And Edson help his friend. So Stephanie, get ready. Stephanie helping others. Okay, Stephanie, where are you? Stephanie, what about question number 5, 6, 7, and 8? Can you tell me about number 5?
Can you speak?
Pardon, Stephanie, could you repeat it?
You speak English?
Okay, is it an ability or a simple question? What languages can you speak or do you speak? We have to choose one.
Can you?
Yes, perfect, Stephanie. It's about abilities, right? Can you speak French? Can you speak English? Can you speak Spanish? What languages can you speak? What languages can you speak? What about number 6, Stephanie? You have sing, play a musical instrument,
Ability? Can you play?
okay, yes. Can you sing? It's an ability, right? Can you sing? And the second question, play a musical instrument.
Can you play musical instrument?
Okay, this one could be both, right? Esta pregunta puede ser ambas. Could be an ability, can you play a musical instrument? Or could be a simple question. Do you play a musical instrument? It depends on you. But we're gonna say like, can you play a musical instrument? Stephanie, number 7. What about number 7?
Do you work on the weekends?
Yes, perfect. Do you work on weekends? We want to know if he works on weekends. Do you work on weekends? And number 8.
Do you like
Animals. Perfect, Stephanie, that was good. Do you like animals? Yeah, with like always do. Do you like animals? So perfect, that's it. Now we have the questions in order to make an interview, right? Can you swim? What sports do you practice? What other interests do you have? What languages can you speak? Can you sing? Can you play a musical instrument? Here. Do you work on weekends? Do you like animals? So everybody please, this is important because here we're seeing present simple, but we're seeing if we're talking about an ability or if we're talking about a simple question. So now, listen to a job interview. Here we're gonna do exercise number 3, but I want to read this. Let me move this if I can. Yes. There it goes. Okay, so listen to a job interview. How many of the questions in 2 did you hear? So remember that here we have like 9 questions, right? 9 questions plus 2. Can you drive? Do you have a car? We have those 2 questions. Number 1, can you drive? Do you have a car? Yeah. So in total we have like 11 questions. We have 11 questions here. I want you to listen and tell me how many of these questions you hear. Sí, vamos a escuchar el audio y quiero que estén atentos a las preguntas. ¿Cuántas de estas preguntas escuchan? Everybody please pay attention. We're going to listen. Let me check if I'm sharing the audio or not. Am I sharing? Yes, you can listen. Okay, everybody please, let's listen to the audio.
Transcript 5.14, page 57. Exercise 3.
Hi, come in. Take a seat.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
You're Monamita, aren't you?
That's right.
That's an interesting name. Where is it from?
My family's Indian. You can call me Mono.
Okay, thanks. So, Mono, I just need to ask you some questions about the job.
That's fine.
First, can you drive? I imagine you can.
Yes, no problem.
And can you swim as well?
Sure, I can swim really well.
That's great. And what other sports do you play?
Well, I sometimes play tennis or go running on weekends.
And speaking of routine, can you work on weekends?
Yes, I can. That's fine.
And do you like animals? Pets?
Well, actually, I don't really like dogs. I have a kind of phobia.
I see.
But only dogs.
That's okay. Final question. What other interests do you have, Mono?
I like drawing and painting. That's my main hobby. And of course, I love children.
Okay. Sorry, Edson. I'm gonna mute you. Yes, I'm gonna put you in silence.
Easy.
Okay. So now that we listen to the audio, how many of these questions did you hear? I'm gonna share. I'm gonna see who I'm gonna ask. Tamara, could you help me with this, please? Samara, how many of these questions did you hear?
¿Qué dijo?
Did you listen to the audio?
Yo no puedo escucharlo.
Okay, we're gonna listen one more time, Samara. But please, I want you to pay attention and tell me how many of these questions did you hear? Remember that here we have 11 questions. So in the audio, how many of those questions did you hear? Let's listen one more time, please, everybody. I'm gonna share the audio, and there you have.
Transcript 5.14, page 57. Exercise 3.
Hi, come in. Take a seat.
Hello, nice to meet you.
You're Monamita, aren't you?
That's right.
That's an interesting name. Where is it from?
My family's Indian. You can call me Mono.
Okay, thanks. So, Mono, I just need to ask you some questions about the job.
That's fine.
First, can you drive? I imagine you can.
Yes, no problem.
And can you swim as well?
Sure, I can swim really well.
That's great. And what other sports do you play?
Well, I sometimes play tennis or go running on weekends.
And speaking of routine, can you work on weekends?
Yes, I can. That's fine.
And do you like animals? Pets?
Well, actually, I don't really like dogs. I have a kind of phobia.
I see.
But only dogs.
That's okay. Final question. What other interests do you have, Mono?
I like drawing and painting. That's my main hobby. And of course, I love children.
Okay, Samara, how many questions do you listen from this list?
Le dijo 6 preguntas en total.
Pardon, Samara, could you repeat?
Le pregunto 6 preguntas.
I cannot listen to you well.
¿Ahora sí me escucha?
Yes, I listen to you.
Ok.
So, how many of these questions did you hear? How many? Did you listen 2 questions, 3 questions, 4, 5, 6? Remember that we have here 11 questions, right?
Yes.
Did you note?
Fueron 6 preguntas.
6? Okay. You remember which ones?
Sí. Le dijo, can you drive? Do you swimming? What sport practice? What other interests have? Can you work on weekends? And do you like animals?
Perfect. Thank you so much, Samara. That was it, right? So here we have the questions that we listen. We listen, can you swim? What sports do you practice? What interests do you have, right? And what else? Can you work on weekends? You remember that here we put, do you work on weekends? It's okay, but remember that we're going to use can in order to ask if it's possible. Yes? So if it's possible for you to work on weekends, can you work on weekends? And number 8, okay, and can you drive? Yeah, these were the 6 questions that we listened on the audio. And now, I hope that you listen well to the questions. Anyway, I'm going to send you the listening and the transcription in order for you to read and listen one more time. Why? Because you have to do this activity. So I'm going to explain you how we're going to develop. Work in 2 groups, right, in pairs. Well, here I'm not going to work in 2 groups, but in pairs. Group A is going to be Brad. Group B is going to be Martina. Complete the form for your character. Answer no to at least 2 items. So here you have this form. Form es un formulario, right? Complete the form. Este formulario que tienen acá. So you have to write your name, your age, nationality. How many languages can you speak? Can you speak English, Spanish, French, German? What else? Mark the things you can do. Can you cook? Can you drive? Can you swim? Can you play a musical instrument? Which musical instrument can you play? What sports do you practice? Do you play tennis, basketball, soccer? What other interests do you have? You like listening to music, watching TV? What are your interests? You love garden, I don't know, to do gardening. Do you have a car? Yes. Do you have a bike? No. Do you like animals? Yes, a dog, 2 cats, or I don't like dogs, I love cats, I don't know. Depends on you, but you have to fill this form. Yes, only one person, because the other person is going to be the interviewer. So here you have the task. Everybody please pay attention to the task. Sí, aquí tenemos la tarea, el trabajo que van a realizar, the oral presentation, right? Work in pairs, 1 student from group A and 1 student from group B. So, student A, you are Nia. Remember who is Nia? Nia is the doctor. Nia is looking for a babysitter. Could be Martina, could be Brad, I don't know. So you are Nia. Use the questions in number 2 to help you. So Nia is going to make these questions, right? Can you swim? What sports do you practice? Do you like animals? And student B, you are Martina or you are Brad. Use the notes in the form 4 to help you. So here you have your form, right? So one student is going to be Nia, one student is going to make the questions, and the other student, student B, is going to answer the questions. It's going to, the other person have here his form. So act out the interview between Nia and Martina. Take notes. Yes? That's it. So that's the homework. That's going to be for this Sunday. I want you to work in pairs. One person is going to be Nia, the person that makes the questions, right? If you want, you can make other questions. Si quieren, depende de ustedes, pueden hacer más preguntas, otras preguntas. And the second person is going to be the interviewer, Nia or Brad, right? So here you have, it's going to be the babysitter, in other words. So I want to know if you understood. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to ask a person to repeat. So, Ronatan, what do you have to do? What's going to be this oral presentation about? What is the task? Ronatan, are you there? No, Jonathan. Okay, I'm going to ask to Juan Carlos. Probably Juan Carlos, could you help me? What is the task? What is the speaking task that you have to do?
Sorry, teacher.
Could you tell me, please, could you repeat the task? What do you have to do?
Okay, task.
Task es una tarea, es un trabajo. What's the task? What's the homework?
I know what things.
No? No idea?
No.
What happened? Okay, Harold, if you want to say it, could you say it, please?
Era trabajar en grupo de 2 y responder lo de la página 57, lo que estaba mostrando anteriormente.
Okay.
El cuadrito, edad, nacionalidad, lenguaje.
Yes, this form. Here you have this form. Acá tenemos este formulario.
¿Nosotros podemos elegir la pareja o nos lo van a asignar?
Yes, you can choose your partner. Yes.
Pero,
You have to work in pairs, right? One person is going to be Nia. Yes, Nia is the person that is going to make the questions. So one person is going to make the questions, and the second person is going to be the babysitter. So is going to answer the questions. Okay? You can make more questions if you want. Pueden ir desarrollándolo y hacer más preguntas. No tienen que seguir estas preguntas. But remember to use can in order to ask for a possibility. Can you work on weekends? Is it possible for you to work on weekends? Do you like dogs? Yes. Or do you like chocolate? Do you have any allergies? Remember when you work as a babysitter, you have to take care a lot of children, right? So if you are allergic, if you don't like dogs, and probably the children loves dogs, so that's going to be a problem, right? So Juan Carlos, now is it clear? No?
No.
Why not? What's the problem, Juan Carlos? What part you didn't understand?
No sé cómo decirlo en inglés. Es que con mi teniente tengo una reunión en unos 15 minutos y estaba hablando de eso.
Okay, you didn't listen to Harold? Because Harold repeated in Spanish.
¿Quiere que repita de nuevo el trabajo que tenemos?
Okay, if Juan Carlos is going to listen, so Juan Carlos, please listen to Harold.
Bueno, que tenemos que hacer grupo de pareja de 2 y hacer una conversación, pero respondiendo lo que está en el cuadrito del lado izquierdo de task.
Okay, yes, but that's only one person, right? The other person is going to make the questions.
Ok. Entonces, aquí.
Yes, basically that's it. Es una conversación para buscar un trabajo, ¿sí? Here we're talking about babysitter. En esta página vamos a hablar sobre niñeros o niñeras. Entonces, un estudiante va a ser el niñero y la otra persona va a ser el papá, la persona que quiere el niñero. Entonces, la persona o el padre tiene que hacer preguntas, ¿sí? I don't know. Do you like cartoons? ¿Le gustan los dibujos animados? Can you sing? Do you play a musical instrument? Do you have any allergies? ¿Sí? Quiere saber si tiene alguna alergia, si le gustan los perros, porque probablemente el niño adora a los perros. Entonces, si el babysitter, si el cuidador no no le gustan los perros, va a haber un problema. Right? Try to tell me in your conversations positive and negative sentences, yes? En sus preguntas traten de no hacerlo todo positivo, también pongan algo negativo, que haya un problema, que no puedan hacer algo. Okay? So remember that it's a father or a mother and a babysitter. Yes? I think now it's clear for everybody, or do you have any other question? Creo que esta vez ya está más claro, o alguien tiene alguna otra pregunta.
¿Para cuándo es esta tarea?
You have until Sunday. Yes? You have until
Okay.
this. So you have all the weekend to do this homework. Any other question that you have? You can do it only audio, you can record, you can make a video, as you want. ¿Sí? Pueden hacer solamente audio, si quieren pueden hacer un video, pueden usar Zoom o la misma plataforma de Teams y mandarme un link, o pueden pasarme el video completo como quieran. It depends on you. No other question?
No, teacher.
Okay, thank you, Harold. So if you don't have any more questions, so we already finished unit number 5. Yep. As we finish unit number 5, I'm going to assign you the Richmond platform unit number 5 and also the workbook. So I'm going to give you until next Thursday to do the workbook unit 5. Sí, voy a dar hasta el próximo jueves para que me presenten el workbook unidad 5. Si hay algún ejercicio, alguna actividad del workbook que no entienden, que es difícil de realizar, pueden decirme cuando estemos en clase, al final de la clase. Teacher, I have this problem, or I have this question, I didn't understood this activity or this exercise. We can check it. Yes, we can do it together. So, workbook unit 5 is for the next Thursday, and the Richmond platform unit number 5 is going to be until next Thursday too. Yes, so in that way you have time. No more questions? Is this clear? Anyway, I'm gonna write at the WhatsApp group. Okay, so if you don't have any more questions, we're gonna finish the class. Yep. So you can go and have lunch and enjoy your day. See you tomorrow. Yes, try to be on time, everybody, please. And take care. Goodbye, everybody. Take care.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Fernando.
Teacher. Goodbye, teacher.
Goodbye, Harold. Goodbye, Samara.
Bye.
Bye, Edson.
Bye, teacher.
Bye, Janet.